All right, guys, so if you're thinking about buying some trees for your property and you're thinking about buying trees online, let me show you the difference between buying from a typical online vendor and buying from your local nursery. So this tree I bought from fastgrowingtrees.com. This is a sugar maple tree, so pretty common species. And this tree is pretty typical of what you're going to get from an online vendor. You can see that it's about 4 feet tall. It does have a few branches on it and some small leaves. The leaves have been about the same all year long. There has been no growth at all because the tree is brand new, freshly planted, and it's trying to establish a root system at this point. So it'll be 2 or 3 years before you really start to see any growth. But you can see that there's no shade, obviously. It's a very small tree. That's about the extent of your shade. So it's going to probably be about 15 years, maybe 20, before this tree is really a nice shade tree. I have another one down here that I'll show you. And believe it or not, this is also a sugar maple. This one has been attacked by Japanese beetles, and you can see the leaves are kind of ravaged. I have treated this tree with some pesticide, and I've also put some fertilizer down there with the metacloprid in it to try and keep the pests off of it. So it's had a little bit of a rougher life, but you can see this one doesn't have as many developed branches, and again, it's about 4 feet tall, provides no shade whatsoever, and is going to probably be another 15 to 20 years before it does. So it was easy to plant because of its small stature, but you're going to have to wait a long time to get any benefit from it. Now, here is an example of a tree purchased from a local nursery. You can see that it's much taller, probably about 9 to 10 feet tall. It has well-developed branches, lots of foliage. There's already a decent amount of shade over here. So this tree probably will be a large and very nice shade tree within the next 10 years or so. It's beautiful. Yeah, so the obvious advantage to buying from your local nursery, well, there's 2 advantages. Number 1, you're supporting the local economy, which is great. Number 2, you're getting a much nicer tree that's already basically established. It's got a good root ball, a good branch system, and lots of foliage. It's rounded and nicely shaped. You're going to be able to take that tree home and plant it, and you've got a nice tree immediately. And then you can just spend the next years watching it grow and get bigger. Whereas if you buy from fastgrowingtrees.com or some other online vendor that's similar, you're going to get something like this, which is much smaller. Maybe it does have branches, maybe it doesn't. I've gotten some trees from them that just look like sticks when I take them out of the box. And so it's going to take a much longer time for something like this to develop into a nice tree. On the flip side of the coin, the advantage to ordering online like this is cost. You can get a tree like this for well under $100, whereas if you go to the local nursery, you can easily spend $200, $300, $400 on one tree. So you can buy several trees online for the price of one tree at your local nursery. So if you've got a substantial amount of property and you need a lot of trees to plant, it may still be worth it to you to buy online because you can get more trees for the dollar. The other thing is, some people worry about if you buy online, what's the health of the tree going to be like? What if it dies? Is it going to make it? Well, Fast Growing Trees does offer a warranty. So at the time of purchase, you can tack on a small additional fee for a 1-year warranty. And if the tree does die within the first year, you can just contact them with a photo of the tree and your order number, and they'll send you a new one. So I've had to do that a couple of times, and they're real good about it. They don't harass you about it or anything. They just go ahead and take your information and send out a new tree. So you don't have to really worry about that. You can make sure you've got a healthy tree in the ground, and it should be fine. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this because a lot of people, you just don't really know what it looks like. What is it going to really look like when it's delivered? What am I really getting for my money when I buy online? Well, this is kind of what you're going to get, but there are pros and cons to doing it both ways. So like I said, it just kind of depends on what matters to you. Hopefully this video is a little bit helpful to you. If you got a new homestead and you're in the process of planting some trees and you're trying to decide which way to go, maybe this is helpful to you. I hope it is. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you later.